Hey everybody, my name is April and this is 13 Nerdy Mom. If you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. So glad to see everyone. So today is my final Marvel themed DIY for March because March is almost over and on to April. But before we get too far into that, please like and subscribe. Join our family. We'd love to have you. I post DIY content every week and getting into a little bit of that. You may notice it's not Saturday. So I've made kind of a channel executive decision. My DIYs are going to be on Sundays now. Saturdays are just kind of hectic in general, and so is the weekend. With it being nicer outside, when I get home from work, it's hard to like sit down and kind of work on a DIY a little bit because everyone wants to go outside and play. So posting on Sundays is better for me because I can do a DIY on Saturday morning before everyone really gets up and record it and work on it and then post it on Sundays. So, channel update, DIYs will now be on Sundays except for the one day of the month that is Year of the Year, which you should be watching anyways because that's absolutely amazing. But that's it. Let's go ahead and get into the DIY. So for the super simple DIY, you're going to need a comic book. I'm just using this one that I have been using for other projects. A cookie sheet that I picked up from Dollar Tree. You're going to want a lighter color cookie sheet. Some Elmer's glue or some Mod Podge. A paintbrush to apply Mod Podge or Elmer's glue. A little piece of ribbon and some duct tape. I'm also going to be adding a few little accessories. I ended up not using the post-it notes, but I am going to add this calendar that I picked up from Dollar Tree, some magnets that I made in a previous video. Now I'm going to measure out my cookie sheet so I can trim down the cover of this comic book. So I measured 9 inches, so I measured out onto my paper 9 inches, and I'm just cutting off the excess. Now I'm just going to add some Elmer's glue down onto the cookie sheet. It works just the same as Mod Podge, but it is cheaper. So I'm just going to add a bit and then spread it out with my paintbrush. After you have an even coat of glue, you are going to put down your picture. It could be a comic book cover, it can just be like a picture you like. This is totally customizable, but I decided to do a comic book cover because this is Marvelous March. When you're done pushing out all the bubbles of the comic book cover, you're going to put some dabs of glue onto the comic book cover just like you did onto the cookie sheet. It does dry clear, so no worries there. Now you can apply your little hook ribbon hanger while your glue is drying. There's no need to wait for it to dry. It dries as you're doing this. But I'm going to add down I'm going to add a dab of hot glue, and then put my ribbon onto that hot glue. I will say you don't see me do this here, but you do need to measure where the middle of the cookie sheet is. That way it will hang on the wall evenly. Don't forget to use finger protectors that I picked up from Dollar Tree. I actually lost this one as soon as I got this clip and need to buy more. But now to just make it a little bit more secure, no one's going to see the back, so I'm just going to add a couple pieces of duct tape just to keep that ribbon secure onto the cookie sheet. So now that my glue is dry, I'm just going to add a few little accessories that I picked up from Dollar Tree. This little memo pad calendar is perfect, helps me keep up with all my days. And then I'm going to use some magnets to add a few little fun details. I did this DIY in a previous video this month. Totally go check that out. It's the easiest thing ever. I mentioned earlier that you're going to need a light colored cookie sheet, and this next step is why. In order to see your dry erase marker on the other half of the board, you need a lighter color cookie sheet. I originally wanted to do this with a light colored pizza pan from Dollar Tree and do a shield, but they didn't have any pizza pans, so I just kind of went with it. Here I'm just writing a little note to remind me that Emma has a a dentist appointment coming up this week. And then I'm just going to add like some fun little accessories. This little balloon thing that I made for a previous DIY that I didn't use, but I think it's still really cute. Here's a little to-do list, a little pep talk note, and just some reminders. So, that is my final Marvel DIY for the year. I hope you enjoyed all of them. Comment down below and let me know which one was your favorite. I absolutely loved the Bucky ears. Those are going to be so useful. But also the memo board, it's hanging up right there, is very useful too. Like I can, it's dry erase, I can erase it, write different things on there, just keep me on track. The calendar that I put on there that's magnetized, just to help me keep up with days, because sometimes all the days blend together. But yeah, so I mean, I guess those are probably my two favorites. But I've enjoyed making all this, and I can't wait to do it again next year. But that is it for me today. That is my final DIY that is Marvel themed for the month. And yeah, let's bring on April. Thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you real soon. Bye.